mostly I want to have it be led by you. I started to write out. I've got a lot of stuff here that we can do. I would like to introduce you to 2 new frames that you haven't got so far, because they're really good when you're doing street NPA. It's kind of useful to have them, and they'll teach you a different aspect that comes in. And I've got some ideas of what I think it might be useful to cover, which we may cover through questions or whatever. So basically the very loose to be confirmed structure that I've got is that we'll talk a bit about some of the cover some of the core underlying principles that are particularly pertinent to working one-on-one. We'll look at some of the traps that are commonly fall into, that I see all the time and hear from people that are doing it in their practice, and they describe things and I'm like, well, I'm sure it works, but you know, it could be a little more graceful, or at least a more pure NPA, you know, because there's no right or wrong. And that's important to say, is that you know, one of the things that I envisaged for today is that we do quite a bit of just playing, but rather than necessarily pairing up and doing the process work, although there may be some of that, it's more like, right, and I want you to elicit from Susan, and we'll all listen, and then I'll coach a bit, and that way we all get to learn. And again, the coaching that I would offer, again, there isn't a mistake you can make, you can't get it wrong, it's just that I'm offering my perspective from the experience that I've had on how to go. Or I say, awesome, and you get to have confirmation, and that's always really cool. Does that sound good? Yeah, I thought if you'd like, I talk a bit about how I structure my one-to-one sessions, and talk about how that works. And also talk about, do a bit of practice on the aspect elicitation, which is what we get in the integration frame, especially with internal aspects, and again, do some practice on when you listen to spews, you know, what's really popping out. Is it an aspect and therefore we into a frame? Is it just a pure cookie cutter, those kind of things. And also with the should frame and the fear frame, those are both, they have what I call situational aspects, and that's the other bit that I want to teach you is when someone is pointing to a situation, then you get the situation, you know, cookie cutter style-y, and then you go into the frame from there. And it also goes into slightly different angle of the identification, the aspect, which I call Bob. So we're going to talk about Bob a little bit later. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, that's my perspective. What's your perspective on today? What would you like to experience on this?